Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. So we're gonna go ahead and do just general messages for y'all, okay? So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Please take a look at my description box because it's gonna have any information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you are returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you are doing what's best for you. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you so much for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? Oh my God, that is so funny. Yes. Okay, we're going to keep it too because that is literally one of the strongest messages I was getting with this Target card is you are paying attention to your work, Gemini, okay? You needing to refocus. For some of you, yes, you need to get on target. You need to get on point. You need to focus on something. For others of you, you are already focused. You are almost to the point of hyper-focused on something, Gemini, okay? It says you may not be seeing everything clearly, head down, and distracted, okay? So some of you guys could be really distracted by other things right now. Maybe life is lifing, okay? And you're a little distracted and you're needing to pay more attention to your work. This could be your spiritual work, right? Your craft, your gift, whatever you're here to give to the world, okay? Or develop within yourself. This is study time, okay? Some of you guys could be in school right now doing exams or something like that. And this is the energy of now is the time to really put in that hard work and effort because it's going to pay off later, okay? And also I'm getting the energy of like, this is what you've been working on the whole time. So now is go time, okay? First of all, Sagittarius energy could be very significant. I do believe something significant is going to be happening in Sagittarius season, but take it as it resonates. Maybe a Sagittarian themselves could be very significant to you. All right. But I am getting that very clearly. This desk was really one of the channel messages that I got. So it's so cool that it came out because that's literally what I was going to say anyway. But I did get a very strong vision when I saw this card, okay? And I actually had to make notes because I didn't want to forget any of this. So I saw you doing a triathlon, a marathon. I think it's a triathlon because it was like you went from land to water to sea. I mean, you were doing monkey bars, you were crab walking, okay? Like there was staring contests, like you were doing everything, like a whole, like a gauntlet, okay, to make it through something. And this is something that's been going on for years, possibly even your life. Like maybe this is just the marathon of life, okay? I get this energy of like when I'm watching you in the vision, I'm seeing you doing your thing and you're very close to the finish line. Okay. It's like, it's up ahead, like maybe 2 miles in the distance. Okay. Some of you can see the in and out line. Some of you can't see it at all because there's this big forest thing that you're going to have to run through. Okay. And so you can't see that beyond that is the finish line. It's almost like you get out of the water and you're like, right. And you look up at the forest and you're like, motherfucker. Okay, like, you know, but Spirit's like, you're this close. It's right there beyond that tree line, okay? So, excuse me, guys. So for some of you guys, it could be something like that. Excuse me. All right. For others of you, like I said, you already know that the finish line is ahead. You're just taking your time. You're doing your thing. But for some of you, you feel like this pressing energy. Okay. Like I need to keep going. Yes, I could take breaks. You know, this is not a timed event, right? So I can take as long as needed to get through this. But for some reason, something is pushing me. Something's telling me to go, you need to go. Don't waste time. Don't stop, you know, focus, keep your focus. Okay. This could be because in the vision, what I saw that you didn't see was that there's a Terminator running behind you, okay? That is for somebody. Now, this Terminator can represent a couple things, which I took notes on, okay? So, but first of all, they literally showed me the Terminator, but they showed me the liquid metal version. I forget what model Terminator that is, but that's the one that they showed me, okay? And they also noted to me that there's a significance in the Terminator itself. So maybe you want to watch these movies or something, Gemini, because there's something about this where Terminators have been sent from all different times at different points in your life, okay? Basically different points on this marathon to try to destroy you basically and stop you. Why? Because you're the chosen one. We already know, okay? You're the chosen one. Somebody's name could be John, okay? John Connor, okay? Somebody's name could be Connor, I don't know. But you are like the one that's gonna like save the world, save, you know? And so the robots from the future want to come back and try to destroy you. It's like a kind of like the darkness and the light workers. Basically, that's what they're giving me with this Terminator thing, okay? But you have a Terminator. You have the liquid metal Terminator coming after you. This is a good one, right? This is one that it's hard to kill this one. They're crafty. They're fast. It's a little scary. It's a little intimidating. Now, this Terminator, like I said, can represent an actual person or people in your life. This could even represent like various energies. Like I said, maybe they're just getting more advanced. Like they're not sending the old Terminator anymore after you, right? Like Arnold or whatever his name was. Now they're sending like these newer Terminators that have the upgrades and all this, and it's like new tricks and stuff, okay? So that is, for some of you, this is definitely an actual person that is chasing behind you, trying to get to either one of two things, okay? They either want to bypass you and get to your goal before you get to it, okay? So they don't really give a crap about you, right? They just know that you're on target, you're on point for this goal, and they need to get there before you get there, okay? You're like, basically, they want to finish with a greater time in the triathlon than you, right? Basically. Now, there's the other group, okay? Which could be, you know, I don't know, take it as it resonates. This Terminator wants you, okay? They don't care about the finish line. They don't care about the goal. They just don't want your ass to get there. That's what the whole purpose of them chasing after you. They are chasing, literally, okay? The hands were like this, okay? Chasing after you full speed. Now, this is why you might feel that pressing energy of I need to keep going, I need to keep going, I could stop. I'm allowed to stop, I'm allowed to rest, I'm allowed to fuck off, I'm allowed to do whatever I want to, right? This is not a timed event, okay? But I feel very strongly that I actually need to keep pushing, I need to keep going, okay? And that could be because, again, you feel this Terminator behind you. And this Terminator, again, can represent an actual being, or it can represent you, your subconscious, spirit talking to you, saying, hey, there's a time limit. I know I said this wasn't timed, but if you want to finish in a good time, if you want to finish according to your plan, your schedule, right? What you put in your soul's contract when you came here, then it is now, okay? We have to get moving. You don't have time to stop. You don't have time to take a break, okay? There's something about that, okay? Now, there's two very significant things about this, all right? The first significant thing here, Gemini, about this Terminator is that you don't see them, okay? You may feel the presence, but you don't see them anywhere. You may look behind you like, I feel like somebody's watching me or somebody's following me. You don't see anybody, okay? It's like they duck into a bush and then as soon as you start running again, they go back out. You know, it's like that kind of energy. So if this is representing an actual person or group or whatever, okay, in your life that's trying to actively disrupt you or get past you, okay? Which I feel like it's honestly more of the disrupt you and less of the get past you, because to get past you, they're not going to give a fuck. They're just going to run as fast as they can to keep going past you. It's more of the ones that are trying to nefariously stop you, trip you up, cause delays, fuck up your blessings, that, okay? You could be feeling that energy, all right? Is basically what I'm getting. So that's the first thing, is that you don't see them, okay? You don't see who this is. This person is definitely trying to stay hidden, basically. The second significant thing about this is that they are behind you, okay? So, and Spirit said quite literally, they are behind you. So if this is somebody who, I feel like I don't even need the cards today, but we brought them out, right? Shit. If this is somebody that is trying to achieve your goal before you achieve your goal, Gemini, then this is what you need to know. They're behind you, okay? You are naturally ahead in this race, so that's why you just keep it moving, okay? You don't get tripped up. You stay focused. You are going to achieve this goal. You're going to get there first because you're already ahead, okay? You just got to stay ahead. There's something about that. Now, for others of you, ooh, the channel message is leaving. They're like, you should have spent, you spent way too much time on this. The second thing, them being behind you. Oh, yes. Okay. So if they're trying to take you out, okay, if they're trying to take you out, basically they're behind you. They haven't been able to. Honey, trust me, when I tell you they've sent every fucking model of Terminator they can. They even sent that cute little smelling good romantic one that was meant to break your heart and leave you all fucking shambled and in bits and not wanting to finish the race, right? Like they send every single model Terminator they can send to your ass, and you just keep out doing it. And the brilliant part about this, the part that I honestly makes your like guys like crip walk, like, you know, be like, this is the awesomest thing we've ever seen, is that you don't even fucking notice it. You don't. For some of you guys, you're not seeing that some of the people, some of the things that were meant to really stop you, you kind of just like bypassed them without even really noticing that it was a real obstacle. Like you nade some people, some F-boys, F-girls, without even realizing, like, no, that was a diabolical plant. That person was sent here to literally destroy you, and you were just like, I'm really not, it's not a good time, right? It's not a good time for you to come in and fuck up my whole life. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. It's like you saw it for what it was. It's like, so basically you're on this triathlon and you see that there's a bridge up ahead and you need to get over that bridge, but you also see that the bridge is broken and it's crumbly, and you're like, I could either just really quickly take this tiny little detour and go around, okay? Or I can go over this rickety bridge and risk, I don't know, falling in, breaking a leg, getting maimed, right? And being out of the race. You chose to just go ahead and bypass that because it's not worth the risk, basically, okay? I hope we're following with what I'm saying. Let's get some more messages out. But that's crazy though with that desk, because that is literally what I was picking up, okay? Look, shark. I'm not going to keep it because it came out with this whole chunk over here, but yeah, I do feel like there is that energy of somebody who's quite possibly stalking you, following behind you, looking into you, Gemini. And we've heard about this, unfortunately, a lot, okay? There is this energy here of, you know, your little bestie, right? Your little parasitic Klingon that likes to try to disrupt things, follow you around. At this point, guys, I feel like it's like less of a person and it's more of an energy. It's the darkness. Like I said, you have to understand, this is to me, it's a spiritual warfare type of situation, okay? Because you are a light worker. You finishing this race, finishing this marathon is something that helps the world, helps you, heals your lineage, right? Levels you up in some way. And the darkness doesn't want that. They don't want you to shine brighter, okay? So it's spiritual warfare for me, for them to keep throwing different energies at you, trying to disrupt you, basically. So you're kicking ass in spiritual warfare, basically, is what I'm getting. Oh, that reminds me, I had got a channeled message the other day from Spirit, and the channeled message was, you're more of a spiritual warrior and less of a spiritual healer. Like you have those healing abilities, Gemini, but you are more of a spiritual warrior. So maybe that's why you're like, you know, I kind of always feel like I'm battling shit, right? Like I kind of always feel like I'm in like a constant war, or like this marathon that we're talking about. Like there's always something going on here that I have to overcome, you know, battle. And it's like, that is because that's what you are. You're a spiritual warrior. It just doesn't look the way that you thought it was going to look. Okay. So yes, you are a soldier. It's like the darkness is going to look at you instantly and be like, what's up? Right. See you all in your spiritual, I don't know, uniform or whatever, and know that you're a spiritual warrior. And if you're not really aware of that and you're just like, everything's against me, I don't get it, you're not seeing it. That's what the darkness is looking at you like a fucking worthy opponent. Are you a warrior or what? Where's your sword? Like, it's like that kind of energy. So some of you guys might be connecting the dots here and realizing that, you know, you're less of a healer, you're less of a spiritual teacher, you're less of a whatever, and more of a spiritual warrior, okay? Defeating the darkness here in your own unique way. Goosebumps for confirmation, okay? So we have the camel coming out here, Gemini. It says you may be breaking patterns of quitting. Alert, okay? Because I feel like for sure I felt that. I really felt that when the person in my vision came up out of the water and they saw the damn woods in front of them next, and they're like holding their back and everything, looking up at the sky like, why is this the way it is, you know? Like maybe there's this energy of like, for some of you, you would have been like, hell nah. Right? And just would like wave the white flag and got in your little boat, right? Went back home or whatever. Like you're done. Okay. For some of you guys. But maybe Spirit's like, no, not this time. Right? We have to persevere. We have to make it through. We are almost there. There's this energy here of like being almost there. Some of you guys could have like spirit guides running next to you, squirting water in your mouth. Like I'm really getting like that kind of energy, Gemini. I don't know why they're showing me all these like signs. Maybe some of you guys really are like doing races or marathons or something like that right now. But that's what I'm getting. And you could be a little thirsty too. And I feel like that's when your spirit guides or ancestors come through and give you the juice up, okay? I feel like you have a lot of spiritual support, Gemini. Okay, so what Spirit is saying is persevere, stay focused, okay? And you will overcome some kind of problem, or you'll get to the finish line is basically what I'm getting here. Wow. Guys, the journey energy, the race energy, the tortoise and the hare, that is crazy. Snail's pace, it says, slowly but surely getting ahead, patience, practice makes perfect, and there is no need to rush. There's no need to rush, but you know what, guys? If you're feeling intuitively because like I said, this is not a timed event, but for some of you, you do have this Terminator energy, and this could really be representing like your own mindset, right? Like, I need to pay attention. I have these deadlines that are looming. I have bills I need to pay. I have things I want to complete. I wanted to get this book finished in 2023. We got like a month left, right? Like, I don't know there's that kind of energy here for some of you guys, okay? I'm almost seeing this tortoise as opposition too, like as, don't worry, just chill out, take it easy, you'll get there eventually. This camel's like, if you don't move, right? Like, that's almost the energy that I'm getting. So that could be another way that the darkness tries to trip you up, giving you the illusion that you got plenty of time, Gemini, it's all good. This is, like Spirit said, Gemini, this isn't a timed event, right? It's not a timed event. It's like, but do you want to relive this life? Do you want to have to keep doing this marathon? Wouldn't it be nice to go home and have like a nice soak in a tub or something and be done? Like, right? So it's like, if the darkness can convince you like, oh yeah, this isn't a timed event, you're fine. You can just take your time. You'll just stay. It's almost like in a maze, or just stay and take way longer than you need to. I don't know. It's almost like that. Okay. It's almost like that, because I really do feel like Spirit's asking you to persevere. I look at this, guys. Look at that. Wow. I feel like Spirit is asking you guys to persevere, to overcome. You're going to achieve something. Work, achievement, success, victory in some endeavor, and good fortune. All right, let's pull some tarot, guys. Let's see what some of this is talking about. So, desk. Why does Gemini need to pay attention to their work? I swear I just got a flash of that devil card. Capricorn could definitely be significant. Somebody could be looking into your work, Gemini. Okay, maybe it's time to pay attention to your work, because again, there's a completion to a cycle. Like, you have a deadline here, something's due, it's time. I don't know, I'm getting that energy for somebody. Why is Gemini being asked to pay attention to their work right now, Spirit? Okay, let's find out. We have the Three of Pentacles, because it's building time. Right? Something is growing, or something has the energy to grow. Like, again, as I was saying, you really are on target for something. I do feel like there's this energy of movement or transition coming in, excuse me. Okay, with the Five of Swords, there could have been that like overthinking, or that feeling of that pressure. Like, I need to get ahead, I need to achieve, okay? This could also be because there are energies you need to pay attention to your work, because there's other energies looking at your work. Looking at maybe the mistakes or the flaws, or how maybe they feel like you're falling off. You might feel like, no, I'm not falling off. I'm doing exactly what the fuck I need to do. Maybe y'all feel like I'm doing the bare minimum, right? Like taking it at a snail's pace, but I'm completing all my work. And you might be right, Gemini, but there could be extra critical eyes around you. That's just what I'm getting, okay? For somebody. Like, this is what Gemini's work used to be. Now it's looking like this. Now it's looking like that. Like, there could be this energy of somebody around you looking at you and thinking that you need to refocus. That is just for somebody. This could also be you, though. You could be being extra hard on yourself, like extra critical, right? Like, you could be looking at this pentacle and looking at its perfection and how everything's in the lines, everything's shaded correctly, and then looking at this and being like, well, this isn't, this isn't good. And somebody being like, oh, well, that was a different circumstance. You can't judge this pinnacle by that. This was happening that day that affected that. It's like, I don't know. I'm getting chatter around your work. It's either somebody chattering about your work that you're doing, or you talking with a group of people about your work that you're doing, trying to resolve something, or looking at how something can improve, something can be better, Gemini. You know what? I gotta be real with you guys. I gotta be so 100. If this is somebody that is looking and critiquing your work, it's like, I honestly feel like this person might be a little bit of a perfectionist, okay? That could be that perfectionist energy. That might be that Terminator, right? Like, they're always on your fucking ass, asking you to be perfect, asking you to be at like 100, asking you to achieve this, achieve that, do this, do that, do the crab walk, do the fucking monkey bars, right? It's like, damn, do I get a break around here? Some of you guys might feel like it doesn't matter what you do, you're never going to get the recognition, because this person expects perfection, is what I was trying to say. Some of you have a boss or something, or a client, right? It could even be a client. Like, it don't matter how many times I do your hair, ho, you ain't gonna look like Halle Berry. Okay, that's not me, right? That's not me as a stylist. That's just not. I don't know. That's for somebody like you. There's this energy of I can't please this person, or I can't, and you know, so there could be something like that going on. Okay, let's see. Wheel of Fortune. There could have been feeling like there's circumstances out of your control too, Gemini, that are changing things, causing you to maybe feel a little off target, off balance for some of you guys, or you're just worried about achieving something for sure, Gemini. There is this energy of feeling very worried about something. And again, it's interesting how we don't see this character running away, but we see the, you know, the basically the damage that was done here. So for some of you guys, you could feel like there is an outside energy that is affecting something right now. Maybe that's why you feel like you have to isolate yourself. For some of you guys, your boss could just really be on your ass about you isolate yourself too much. Maybe they feel like, you know, I don't know. I feel like you do stand out though, Gemini, but maybe they want you to kind of join the team more. I don't know what this is. That is for somebody, guys. Why is Gemini needing to pay attention though, right? I feel like because there could be big changes here that are really happening with this Wheel of Fortune. And there could be something where maybe you are going to have to improve something, master something, okay? It's like the last leg of this race or this journey, this marathon is really going to be something that you have to kind of plot out, plan out. I do feel like that's what this is basically saying. Okay, devil energy again. There could be this fear or this toxic energy you feel around you. Some of you guys are so close to achieving something, and that is why Spirit is asking you to pay attention. As I had said, in that vision, you don't see it. For some of you, you don't see that the finish line is almost there or you're right there. For others of you, you do know that you're right there. You know there's a deadline at hand and you're so close to achieving this. It's just this energy of staying focused, okay? I do feel like there is some kind of prosperity, abundance with that Empress we keep seeing that's going to come through from this. But also with the Empress, guys, remember, she's forever pregnant, so she's forever birthing something. So she's forever going through birthing pains as well, okay? It's hard to birth something into the universe. It's difficult, okay? And this could be where you're at. Like you've been in labor and delivery now for like 19 hours and you're kind of starting to feel like, you know what? I don't want the baby that bad, okay? Honestly. I know, because I've been there with my daughter. I was in labor for literally like 19 hours and I was like, I don't think I even want the baby anymore. Can we go back now? But for some of you, Spirit's like, no, you can't go back. This is a whole baby. Or like, no, you're invested in this race. You're invested in this marathon, okay? You have to finish this now. There is no help. There is no boat that's coming to take you back, right? Basically, you have to achieve this. Y'all are like, what? Okay? For some of you guys, there could be this kind of energy of, again, because we did see that you may be breaking these patterns of quitting. Sometimes when the going gets tough, you get going to something else. I'm not gonna lie, like, and it's not a bad thing because you guys can achieve success in whatever you want to. That's the thing. You guys are the magicians, right? Everybody in these tarot readings love to be shouting out Gemini when the magician comes up. Yes, it's true. You are the magician. You can manifest all kinds of things for yourself. And yes, Geminis can be a little flighty where, you know, 1 minute we'll go ahead and we'll be committed and dedicated to this. But then when it feels like it's fucking with our peace, fucking with our vibes, right? Like, we'll go ahead and say, well, maybe this isn't what's for us, because if what's for me, it shouldn't cause all these issues, basically, is what I'm getting, okay? I feel like what Spirit is saying here is that with this, whatever this is, this race, this marathon, okay, or it could be just like you're at this point in your life, take it as it resonates. You do need to fight through this. Fight through whatever these unexpected changes are. Fight through whatever this feeling like you need to rebuild something. Because you guys, if you've watched me long enough, you know the Three of Pentacles for me, that is kind of like my after the Tower card. Okay, I always get that, like rebuilding something. Okay, you're so close to completing something that you've been working very hard on, or this is like a lifelong like struggle, it's felt like for some of you guys. Okay, Spirit saying, please break this pattern of quitting, break this pattern of assessing your options as soon as things get tough, and see something through when it comes to especially when it comes to your finances, work. This is not talking about relationships. Y'all know that we do not do that codependent, I'll stick with you through whatever bullshit on this channel. Nah. Okay, I'm talking about work. I'm talking about achievement, a goal. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Camel. let's just keep going with this clarification energy. Persevere and you're going to overcome. Like, don't give up. Don't quit, right? Yeah, get you and your twin together. Okay, because I feel like this is a long time goal. This is something that is in your soul's journey. Like, you're meant to complete this marathon, Gemini. You're meant to go on this journey. You're meant to start this business. You're meant to write this book. You're meant to, whatever this is for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. Open that business, right? Get that .com, get that LLC or whatever, like for some of you guys, or I'm hearing create that cookbook. So for some of you guys, you might want to create a cookbook or something. Okay, yeah, this is what Spirit is saying. I'm sorry if you guys are seeing me spit. I'm trying not to. Yeah, I feel like this is what Spirit is saying though, is like, and it's worth investing in. Whatever this is, it's worth investing in, okay? And I feel like that's so much confirmation with this Lover's energy, because you have to choose, right? You're breaking a pattern of quitting for some of you guys. You really are. Especially when it comes to like things that you want to achieve, you want to, you want to do. Some of you guys have like, let's just use the book thing for a perfect example for some of you. Some of you guys have all these great ideas and it's like, oh my gosh, I can really just tell this story, but I don't want to write it. I don't want to write the story. I don't want to do all that work. Okay. It just feels like it's too much, but I have all these ideas. That's for some of you. What Spirit is saying is you can take your dreams, Seven of Cups, and turn them into your reality, Seven of Pentacles. You can do that, but it takes the Lovers, the divine choice to actually do it. So for some of you guys, you have a dream. You have something that you do want to focus on. It's like you look up here on your vision board and you see that something could really come into focus, something could solidify here, something could be real, it could be tangible, but it's up to you to really put that solid work, solid effort into it, guys. That is just for some of you guys. For others of you, again, maybe you have been putting solid work and you haven't been seeing this Seven of Pentacles, you're just seeing this Three of Pentacles, and now you're starting to feel the Seven of Cups, a little bit of confusion. There could be some fear with that Devil energy. That could definitely be that Terminator energy of like, the Terminator could run after you, could just be like standards, expectations, right? My imposter syndrome, because if something doesn't work out the way that I need it to, instantly, I'm a fraud. What the fuck am I even doing here? I was a fool to think this would ever work out. It's like that kind of energy. That Terminator, I told you, that was very significant. Spirit told me for some of you guys, yeah, it represents a person. But for a lot of you, it could definitely represent just yourself. Okay? Because we've said it so many times on this channel, if you don't give anybody permission to tear you down, they can't, Gemini. If you don't give anybody permission to get in your head and fuck with you, they can't. If you don't give anybody permission to come in and play with your heart and fuck around with you and get you all where you're falling off and shit, then they can't. You are more powerful than anybody who would come in here and try to mess with you, right? That's why the choice is yours. That's why you're smack dab in the middle of this Seven of Cups to the Seven of Pentacles. This choice is yours. Okay? It's not anybody else's. Even if there is some little fuck ass new age upgraded Terminator coming after you, it don't matter. Yeah, new age fucking Terminator. I don't know. King of Swords. I feel like that could be the Terminator. King of Swords, if there was a tarot card for the Terminator, the liquid one. It's the King of Swords. Anyways, but that King of Swords is talking about being honest with yourself. Being clear with yourself, being focused, right? And that Eight of Pentacles, when we split the deck with the King of Swords, is really talking about putting in the work, the honest work, and seeing clearly where you need to invest your time and where you don't, okay? Because for some of you guys, you might have your hands in different buckets here, just investing in way too much, and really what you need to do is invest in one thing. Like, you can't be a horse trainer, a tattoo artist, a Reiki healer, a pottery maker, and a motherfucking winery, whatever. You need to pick one, right? Pick which one you're going to be and then persevere and commit yourself to that and do it. For some of you guys, there's this energy here of like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pick the winery then, right? Because I like to party. For some of you guys, I don't know. You're going to pick what feels best, basically. Look, and then you instantly start to upgrade. As soon as you can focus your energy onto one thing with this target, right? It's like, you really will start to see the progression. Right now, maybe your energy really is spread a little too thin, or you're distracted, you feel this energy of somebody behind you. You got people in the middle of the race telling you, it's okay to sit down. I know this is the end, but it's okay, right? It worked out for me. No, it worked out for him, yeah. But that's because the hare sat down. The tortoise kept going. Don't listen. See, that's what I'm saying. Because there could be this energy here where somebody is like, oh, it worked for me, Camel. when I beat the hair, and they're like, oh yeah, please tell me, right? Because we've heard all around the land about how the tortoise beat the hare, okay? Well, all I had to do is just sit down and take a break every once in a while. Don't push myself too hard, right? It's gonna be fine. And it worked out for me. Well, that camel didn't know. They didn't hear the whole story. All they heard was that the tortoise did beat the hare. They didn't realize that it was the hare that sat down and didn't take, anything seriously and took their time. And it was the tortoise that was steady. Keep going, don't stop, steady. The tortoise had to go slow because that's its motherfucking pace. The camel can go a little bit faster than the freaking turtle, okay? So there's something about that there. Somebody either telling you advice of what worked for them and it's not gonna work for you because you guys are two different beasts, or somebody telling you what worked for them and it's really not what worked for them. It's what worked for them to get them ahead, but in the opposite way. Somebody definitely could be giving you bad advice on purpose, or they're just trying to trip you up. Or they feel like they know, like this tortoise is like, all you gotta do is just, I don't know. There's something about that, guys. Okay, let's keep going though. Let's move into this tortoise energy and see what the heck this could be, okay? We have the Hangman coming out, and that could be some kind of enlightenment here about your pace, or about how much action you're taking in regards to something. Or the enlightenment here could be that, all you have to do is just move at your own pace, your own natural pace here, which might be to keep progressing. I don't know, Gemini. Let me know, right? Let me know if it resonates, okay? We have the Ten of Wands here. For some of you guys, this slow pace is just a burden to you, though. I get that energy so strongly, guys. Like, if this could be other people, this could be a Pisces or something that's coming around you telling you to just slow down, or they're a burden, or, they're piling their work on top of you. They're distracting you. This could definitely be that energy. But for some of you, it's the slow pace that's really bugging some of you. You want results, and you want results now, right? That's what I'm getting. What is this tortoise representing? Oh, Lord. Look, the Tower. I told you there's something weird about this tortoise energy. The tortoise is definitely representing this energy that's coming in, that's telling you, like, what worked for me, it will definitely work for you, Gemini, or giving you, like, completely bad advice, okay? Like, that's just what I'm getting, guys. Scorpio energy, too, for sure. Also, when you think about the tortoise and the hare, though, right? You think about that story, it really was a tower for everybody around them for the tortoise to win against the hare in this race, okay? Why? Because obvious reasons, right? So this could have been like some kind of tower energy where people around you might be a little bit sad when they find out that you finished this race, Gemini, that you were able to succeed in something, that you were able to persevere and keep going. Like, yeah, this might upset people around you, especially this Terminator energy, or maybe this tortoise itself will get upset because you don't listen to his advice. You like, tortoise, like I said, if you don't get out of the way respectfully, okay, respectfully, I need to keep it moving. There's something about that. There is just something about that, Gemini, okay, for some of you guys. Let's get some advice and additional messages. I feel like this reading was a little bit all over the place, so you guys got to let me know if it resonates as usual, because I don't know. We have the Lyrans, okay, card number 11, strength, courage, and bravery. Yeah. Staying focused, plotting out your, this is like almost like before you start the race or before you start the gauntlet, right? Like plotting out your course, making sure you know where all the stops are, how much time I could spend here, and how I could cut off time if I took this way instead of the other way. Like I said, with that rickety bridge, like I know there's that rickety bridge. Well, I'm going to go ahead and plot ahead. I can get around it by doing this. That's just what I'm getting here, guys, okay? And people around you could also be feeling like there's something about you that, like, how do you keep everything going? How do you do what you do? And how have you been able to persevere so long and not give up hope? And, you know, people around you might have seen you go through problem after problem while they've watched this race, okay, or this marathon. Because I do feel like there's this energy of people watching you, Gemini. It could be your spirit guides. It could be them just being like, well, I'll be damned, Gemini made it through that. Well, I was a little worried, right? For some of you guys. We have the blue avians. And it's philosophy, releasing karma, and mysticism. That's so interesting with the releasing karma. Right on top of that, you may be breaking a pattern of quitting, Gemini. You know, the thing is I feel like a lot of Geminis, just for being in your energy for like the last, you know, so odd years and everything, it just kind of feels like there's a lot of mastery. Like Geminis are a jack of all trades, right? A master of none. But it's almost like there's this energy here of you being a jack of all trades because you've mastered a lot of these trades in previous lifetimes, okay? So I come across this with old souls all the time, especially when I was doing like mentoring work and readings and stuff like that. You know, you know how to do something, like you instantly know, let's just use painting, like you know how to paint, okay? You don't really need to be trained on how to do that, but you still have to put in the earthly time. Like you still have to, you know, build your business and create the art and get everything out there and take all the time to kind of build whatever this is. Some of you guys just feel like it should just kind of come together, and you feel like that from a higher self, from a higher perspective, you feel like that because your soul is so used to already doing something. So when it has to start over, let's just say you were a doctor or something in a past life and you have to use this life going to med school and, you know, working your way up from the bottom to the top, and in your soul you were like the best surgeon in whatever and wherever. It's like it feels a little degrading to your soul. So what you do almost is just move on to the next thing. Well, that didn't, you know, maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do. It's almost like that kind of energy. And I hope that's making sense, Gemini. But it's like you're a jack of all trades because you've been a master of many of those trades in many lifetimes. But you need to pick a trade, pick something that you want to do in this lifetime, and then put all your focus and energy into that. And when you do, that will be mastered in this lifetime, okay? And you'll be able to make some progress and move forward. You'll also be breaking some kind of karmic pattern of jumping around, quitting a lot. Like some of you guys might have had like several jobs, been in several different industries, done several different things. Like, yeah, I've been a garbage man, I've been a nurse, I've been a cook, I've been in the military, I've been an artist, I've been an entrepreneur, I've been a dog walker. It's like, damn, right? Like, you know, you just can't seem to settle on something. I feel like you do know what it is, but you need to really put this focus and dedication into it, because whatever this is, it feels like it might take a lot of work. You know, and your soul is saying, I shouldn't have to do all that work. I already know all of this. Like, you know, but again, you're living this earthly life, this life, right? Yeah. It's almost like, right? I just want to go home where I'm like a master of everything, right? Oh, like you know, I feel deeply inside that I am a master of everything, says Gemini. Like, why am I stuck here with these limitations? Like, for some of you, it's very frustrating. You feel like you're stuck with these limitations when you're just so like, you've mastered things. Like you can, this is a Rubik's Cube. Because for me, Rubik's Cubes are so like difficult and stuff. Like you have to be hella smart. And I've put so much time and dedication into something to get it back together. I don't know, guys, if this is making sense, but that is what I'm getting, though, okay? Let's get one more. Advice and just additional messages. It's too many, guys. Advice and additional messages. Just one more, possibly. We have the third eye, okay? Visions, manifesting, and meditation. And I do feel like you have had some kind of vision that you are close to this finish line, Gemini, or you are going to succeed, okay? You just need to keep going. For some of you guys, you've had the vision of what you need to do, like what it is you're here to do. For some of you, you have to move past that shadow self, that denial or projection or shame, or it's like imposter syndrome for some of you guys. Like, you know, like I felt very strongly that I was supposed to do this. I make this amazing art. Like everybody that I meet that comes across my art tells me that this is like literally better than half the stuff that they see out there, but yet I don't seem to see any progression. I don't seem to see any growth with what I'm doing. And that could be very disheartening, Gemini. And I feel like Spirit's saying to keep going, you have to keep putting in the work. You still have to run the marathon. Just because in the past lives, you've beaten this marathon before, you've made it through before, doesn't mean that you get to bypass it every single time. You still have to go through it, okay? I don't know, guys. That's just what I'm getting. And I do hope that that reading helps. I hope it resonates. I hope that it does something. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.